Hey, it's Mark Podolsky, the Land Geek, thelandgeek.com, and I am thrilled, honored, humbled to have Breathe in the Mailing, Breathe Out the Marketing, the Zen Master, Mike Zano. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. I think it's probably the first time I was introduced before, Dude Buddy. I am stoked right now.
Come on.
I mean, should we even introduce the dude buddy, the Nightcap OG? Scott.
He's leaving.
He's already gone. He's already had enough. 2 minutes into the Facebook Live, Bossman is
I'm done.
TKO.
Yeah. So, Mike, in case people don't know, what do we do?
We land invest. Well, we actually help people do what we've all been doing very successfully. So there's a core group of us that learned from you years ago how to replace income, how to build passive income, how to buy a real estate asset at pennies on the dollar. I mean, typical purchase price maybe $1,500, so very small compared to other types of real estate. But we can sell that for a few $100s on a monthly note and get our money back within 10 months, and then we can do it again and again and again. And you can do it as many times as you want. There's really no limit to it. And so we're actually a group of people that helps others learn how to do this. People come to us because they maybe they're losing their job. Maybe they don't have a job. Maybe they just don't like the job. Maybe they just want a side hustle. Maybe they want to pay off debt. It serves all those purposes. It's a really awesome model.
Yeah. I had a podcast called the Best Passive Income Model Podcast, and I have experts from all over, real estate and whatever. And I had Grant Cardone on, and you guys can go on YouTube and look up, Land Geek Grant Cardone. And I just asked him point blank. I'm like, Grant Cardone, do I have the best passive income model? He's like, yeah, it's good. Like, just
It's good.
I'm like, don't be afraid. You can say it. He's like, I'm like, no, you can say it. It's the best passive income model. It's a one-time sale. You get recurring income every single month. No renters, no rehabs, no renovations, no rodents. Because we're not dealing with a tenant, we're exempt from Dodd-Frank, RESPA, the SAFE Act, all this onerous real estate legislation that landlords and have to deal with. So, nothing to maintain, nothing to protect, no physical inventory. I will put it out to you, Scott Bossman. What is better than what we do? I'm flexible like a yogi. I'll try it. I'll do it. What's better?
I don't think anything is better. That's why I'm doing it.
Mike, anything better?
Oh, Zano's got something.
No, it's kind of reverse. So no, it's not. I'm saying it's what we don't do.
It's what
Get
we
it?
don't
It's
do.
what we
Because we don't do it.
That's true.
right.
That is true.
So what's better than what we do is what we don't do, which is we outsource it, automate, delegate. So
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's
Sort
like
of
the
a-
last thing you want is to build another job for yourself, for sure. So Jason Hoffman says, whoa, hey guys. Yeah, we jumped on early. Surprise. If you leave a comment, ask a question, you'll be eligible for tomorrow's giveaway for the $1,997 Investors Toolkit. We're going to go live tomorrow at noon Pacific and do that giveaway. And if you have the toolkit, you can gift it to a friend. Don't want to gift it to a friend, you can certainly apply it towards flight school. Already in flight school, apply it towards coaching. You're in coaching, go ahead and use it for software. Dr. Dawn Peresa. Aloha, Land Arb Queen is on. Hi, Dawn. I'm getting the spinning beach ball of death for some reason. I am upgrading my computer, Mike Zano. Just so you know.
oh, you're going to a Surface?
No. I'm just upgrading.
Well, that's the only
MacBook
upgrade that's
Pro.
considered an upgrade.
Whatever. I have to put up with this. Natalie Mino, good morning.
You're a Surface user on the Surface, but seriously, how many boxes have I got from? How many boxes have I got from Mike Zano saying this damn Surface? I mean,
it might be some hyperbole.
It's all a facade.
Mike, it's
It's
all
all
a
a facade.
facade.
There's some hyperbole going on. Mark, why I'm on my phone because I was on my Mac and I just updated it, but now it wants another update because I couldn't use my speaker. So that's why I'm on my phone. So I don't know. It's it's a new word. Mackie. It's like glitchy. It's Mackie.
You know what? I think
I'm
we
gonna write
should
that
all
down.
meet tonight at a certain time. What time should we all meet tonight? Have a cocktail and discuss this. What time?
Yeah, I think. How's 10 p.m. Eastern sound?
10
Sounds
p.m.
great.
Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. I'm going to jump on with my Macallan or my Casa Noble tequila, and we are going to discuss in detail Mac versus PC. And when I say we, I'll be just watching you guys. I don't know if I'll actually be able to jump on, but if I can, I will, just for a little bit. But Nightcap is tonight, so bring your beverage of choice. Come with some questions and learn more about land investing and get your questions answered. It's like the most fun Q&A session in the real estate niche. So if you haven't done it, you haven't joined, you're really missing out. It's community, it's fun, it's providing value for you, it's helping you, all with the expectation that possibly by the end of Nightcap, Bossman cannot complete a coherent sentence. That alone is worth going to witness.
All right. It's happened one time. It's happened one time, Mark. I'm keeping score over here.
Is it happened once or has it happened more than once?
Now. We're gonna have a sentence we say at the end, and we're gonna at the end of it, it's gonna be like, okay, repeat after this, and we'll see who can. It's gonna be a little trickery to it, and we'll have Forbes come up with a new one and we'll both pronounce it, and we'll see who's better, and then we'll go judge from there. We both have our moments for sure. I think Boston's are just more recent, so it's more at the forefront of everyone's memory. But mine are in there if you dig into the archives.
That's right, Scott. Stirring.
He's always stirring the pot. The Zen Master pot stirrer.
No,
what he is.
He's saying he stirred the pot.
I stirred the pot with that one.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I channeled my inner Bossman. So, does anybody have any questions for us? How's your land business going? Just real quickly, guys. How are things going this week?
Very good. We got sales that are in process right now. We continue along the same discussion that it's been blowing everybody's mind. People thought, oh man, this COVID's going to come. No one's going to. No, they want our land. They want it more than ever, and they realize it could come back around again, and they don't want to be stuck in the house. They want to have this place, this refuge, and we own the refuge, and we can sell to them on a monthly note that anybody can afford.
There you go. Scott Bossman, you having a good week?
We are having another good week. Yesterday I had 2 terms deals, smaller deals. Today I have another sale going through processing. Land is so hot right now. I have to make a confession, Mark. I picked up a property a year ago for like $350. I picked it up from a guy. I bought 2 properties from this guy. One was a pristine property, what I thought was pristine, and I marketed it right away and sold it. This other one, I was a land snob. I've been a land snob. It was, the comps are maybe $1,000, and I just never got around to marketing it because I'm like, I don't know if anybody's going to buy this. The holding costs are like $10 a year. I'm just not like in a major hurry to market this thing, right? So we finally marketed it on Tuesday, and my Facebook guy posted this ad, and we got hit after hit after hit. I probably got 25 leads that day on this property.
That's crazy.
And it sold that day. And it was just, anyway, so I had to confess that I've been a land snob with this property, and look what happened. Just because I thought that it necessarily wouldn't sell right away doesn't mean that it won't.
Yeah, Zaino and I are actually going to start a little joint venture called landsnob.com, and you can go to that website and upload your unwanted land that you think you're too good for, and we'll buy it. We'll buy it 25, 30 cents a dollar, whatever. Or like, we'll just, if you bought it 25, 30 cents a dollar and you're regretting it because, oh, I don't know, I don't like the way the grass looks. Oh, the dirt road is curvy. I don't know.
We're going to have a name for that, like the morning after land sale blues. And like, you don't like it? Yeah. Come on over. We'll rescue you.
We'll buy it. I mean, I
actually kind of forgot. Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I actually kind of forgot I had it, and then I'm going through inventory. I'm like, oh yeah, I have that one. I was never really motivated.
Where'd you say it was? What county? What area?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
It's funny.
Sounds like
funny
the price range.
I mean, Mike and I are like, as soon as you said I paid $350 for it, we're like, Ding, ding, ding. Tax is only $10 a year.
I know.
We can make 300% on that thing all
Sounds
day
like
long.
a horrible piece of land. Where'd you get it?
I'll finance
just-
99 down, 99 a month, 2 years. That's a good return.
That's what I did. I got it. We're good.
You can,
I'm
you know,
just-
not just Scott, but anybody. You can get used to Mark, like, you know, buying something for like 1,500, getting 6,000, 7,000, and forgetting that, you know, you're turning money. So yeah, a 300 one that turns into 1,800. I mean, 1,800 from 300, right? You just made all that $1,500 up, right? So I think everybody can fall prey to this, right? Because you get into a little groove and you go and you're like, that was just but you know, remember there's more than one out there. And I'm guessing in the subdivision where we're going to find out soon, right? Where it is, that there's probably a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I'm taking notes too, Scott. Where is it again?
It's not on the marketplace anymore. It's gone. So this is
Well, I'll be
My
fine
little
with just the
secret.
county.
you guys are funny.
Okay, so Nat Pacheco has an interesting accounting question, really. I guess, or it's more a tax question. Is land flipping considered as a dealer or investor? So, Nat, here it is. There's IRS regulations on this. If you are in the full-time land business, like I am, you don't have a W-2 job, like this is what you do, and you sell, let's say, more than 10 parcels a year or whatever it is, and you're advertising consistently, there's a whole like IRS thing. You're a dealer in land, like a car dealer. Now, if you have a W-2 job and that's your main source of income, but then on the side, you are buying and selling raw land, you're an investor. But doesn't matter necessarily, because if you're flipping, like what you said, and you're not holding it a year and a day, well, even if you're a dealer or investor, it doesn't matter. You're going to be subject to ordinary income. Now, if you do hold it a year and a day, then possibly you can get capital gains. But if you really want to maximize and leverage any tax benefits buying and selling raw land, I highly recommend looking at getting a qualified retirement plan so you can invest and you have checkbook privileges. You can borrow up to $50,000 from your retirement, and then you can build that land portfolio tax-free through a Roth or tax-deferred through a SEP. So that's what I would say. Guys, do you have anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's pretty detailed. I don't think I could do better than that.
Now, if you really want to get sophisticated, the Land Arb Queen, Dawn Preza, among many other people in our community, are going to wealthwithoutwallstreet.com, and they're creating their own bank funded through a whole life policy. And you can set up a call with those guys. You can say, well, what can I do with this? Well, there's really a lot of benefits, and I would say you have more control using a policy like that if needed, and you've got more tax advantages. But that's a whole thing. And just check out our podcast with Russ and Joey from Wealth Without Wall Street. They kind of break it down, and we ask them all the important questions about doing that. So Nat Pacheco, thanks for the question. Hope that helps. Any other questions? Anything else? I don't know. Do you guys have any questions?
No, but I think we should inform Mike of the exciting news that we're bringing back Coffee Talk.
That's right.
Nice.
So, Mike, every Friday starting next week, I think, what is it? Going to be 9 a.m., 10 a.m.? We're going to do a Facebook Live with coffee. Hopefully, you're not drinking Sanka or Folgers, because if you are, it's going to be like this. Watch this, everybody. Oh, where'd Mike go? He's gone.
What? Am I gone?
Yep, you're gone.
Oh,
Can't see you. Oh,
Can
now
you
you're
hear me?
back. No, we can hear you.
No, I've been drinking the Lebanese coffee. In fact, my breakfast this morning, a little late. I was at the fire station last night, but Laura made me some nice baked kibbeh. Oh, she had it from the Lebanese market, but made some fresh eggs, some some kibbe, baked kibbe, some kafta, just a bunch of just great stuff.
Okay, well then you're in for sure. Scott, tell me about your coffee game.
So, I mean, my coffee name is pretty basic. We have a Ninja coffee cappuccino machine. It's getting old, and I need to up my game. So I'm looking into the Chemex. It looks. The only thing is, I don't want to spend 20 minutes making my coffee.
Come on,
So,
it's 4 minutes. I'll send you the video.
Okay,
It's literally
as long as it's 4 minutes.
4 minutes. It's so clean. I did AeroPress. That's really quick too, or that's even quicker. But
I love the AeroPress.
the AeroPress is great, but I like the Chemex even more because you get more coffee.
Yeah,
It's a
I
little
do
bit
have
different.
a grind. I do have a grinder.
Okay, good.
So I grind. I grind my beans.
Okay.
And what's so funny?
You know why I'm happy? I looked a little distracted, but now I own landsnob.com. Yes!
Okay, so send me the
Yes, correct,
LLC
Mark.
docs. We're going to be 50-50 on this, Mike.
This is no joke. Like, we're going to launch this. It's going to be awesome.
No,
Anybody out there who doesn't want the land anymore, go to landsnob.com, fill out the form, and I'm going to buy it.
my web
I'm
web
gonna
developer
buy
will
it,
will
and Mark's
embed the
gonna fund it.
form. We'll have a zap where we each get an email, and then we'll just split up the inventory.
That is such a. I feel so good right now.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, I got it. We'll do it. Now, what's really important though is that we exclude Bossman on this deal.
I mean, it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for me.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
True. All right, we gotta include Bossman. So what we'll do is we'll set up a zap where, it'll just be a round robin. So the first one will go to you, Mike. The second one will go to Bossman, and the third one will go to me.
Oh,
And we'll just rotate where everybody's. So we have this sort of land snob deal flow going.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten a text from Laura yet because she's the one that keeps track of. Like, I just already gotten 3 texts during this call. Like, do you use this? Do you use that? Because I just buy stuff left and right. So then it goes through and she gets an immediate notification. So at any moment now, I'm going to say, "What'd you just buy from GoDaddy?" Land snob.
There we go. So Peter Zeros has a question, a GeekPay question. When a
Oh,
borrower is
man.
setting up the monthly payments, can they simply use a debit card to pay? Elderly client does not want to connect a bank account. Yeah, Peter, they absolutely can. So when you set up that automation, you're going to just put in their information. It's a debit or a credit card, and the debit card is just like ACH. So absolutely.
Awesome.
Very easy. So yeah, but it's just in that when you set it up, you're going to go to Stripe or authorize.net. When you set up your automation, then it says add credit debit card. You'll just put in their information, and it'll draw from the debit card each month.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love GeekPay. I love the way that the down payment links look because I'm very professional and it creates a sense of urgency because if you get used one time, guess what? Can't get used again. So it's got that sort of like anxiety, like, well, you're not the only one with this link. And if you really want this property, you better secure it.
Yeah, GeekPay is just amazing because I solved my own problem. I scratched my own itch. I took out everything I hated about the current industry. What, like note setup fees? Really? I don't get nickel and dimed every time. Every time I get a sale, it like take a little sting out of it. Like, oh, now I got to pay a note fee to set up the note. Like, no note fees. This is a profit center. Profit center. And it saves you time. It's awesome. But enough about me and GeekPay. Let's talk about Dirt Rich. It is now shameless plug time for Facebook Live. I lowered the price of Dirt Rich to 99 cents for Kindle and $9.99 for the paperback. So it's a good deal. Get it while it lasts.
It's a great book. I think that it does. One thing I always tell people, and it's worth repeating, is that if you're new to the business, you may have some fears, some uncertainties, some doubts. As a friend of mine once said, FUDs, right? Well, Mark, you had those as well. And you go through those in the book. So the mindset that you were in at that time is the mindset somebody will be in now as they approach the business. So it's reassuring in that regard, right? They can see how you overcame, and obviously we're better off now because of all that. So it's very, very, very helpful, the mindset.
Yeah, no, thank you. We're getting some comments. Brad Donzi, hey Brad, he says geekdom. Peter says this is awesome. Asking our questions like having an easy button. Yeah, and we'll do this every Friday, Peter. So Peter, have some coffee with us too. And look, don't cheap out on the coffee. Life's too short. It needs to be good coffee or tea, whatever. If you're or just a good beverage. Like when Zaina was like on Voxer telling Eric, yeah, I think I drink Sanka. We were like, I think
Folgers.
Or Folgers. I think I threw the phone. I was so angry. But the Lebanese coffee is legit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You can read your future in the grinds.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I think that first Land Snob deal I should get, Mike, to compensate me for my broken phone because you drank Folgers. Yep. Is that wrong, Scott Bossman?
No, I don't think that's wrong.
That sounds like a good. That's okay. All right. Good.
All right. Scott Bossman, what's on your mind, man?
I'm thinking about Casamigos tequila, actually. I think I'm going to get some tequila tonight.
Okay, get the Reposado and tell me what you think.
The Reposado, okay. All right, that's what I'm going to get. And I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. Sorry.
Mark, I have a new show for you guys. Have you seen it? Maybe you already have. It's called Upload.
No.
What's it about? You are going to love this show. It's on Amazon Prime, I believe. And it's basically in the future, when you go to die, you can be uploaded if you prepay, depending on this different virtual world you go into, and they upload you in the virtual world. And then there's later on, there's some hints that they're going to be able to download you in the future episodes. But I mean, this whole thing does not seem far-fetched when you start watching it. You're like, wow, from the beginning, first scene when they're in the car that's automated, and all the way, it is such an incredibly awesome show. Upload.
Awesome. By the way, I don't know. Are you guys obsessed with death? I think about my death every single day.
Yeah.
Do you guys think about this stuff?
I wouldn't say I'm obsessed, but I think about it frequently. Like I was just thinking this morning, I turned 45 here in a couple of weeks, and like I'm I'm going to start going down the hill.
You're on the back nine. I've been on the back nine for like several years. It's no fun. Like, I'll be honest, like knowing, I mean, look, I think it makes life a lot more satisfying and joyous knowing that at any minute, this could be the last. And so like, it really sort of propels you into the present moment. It kind of gets you out of your own stuff because it kind of simplifies everything. Well, if this is my last day on earth, am I going to really let the person who cut me off in traffic bother me? No. Am I, if my son has a problem, am I going to get annoyed by it? No. Like this could be the last interaction I have with them. But even from a professional point of view, what I love about our model is that if you're stuck in cubicle hell and you're in a job where you feel like you have no control, like it really motivates you. Like, do it now. Get into flight school now. Like, don't wait because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like, at least live for now. Like, start living and not waiting to live. So, and, of course, I'm reading a book I think you guys will love. It is from, I know, you guys are like, this took a really dark turn. Mike's like, I'm not coming to Coffee Talk on Friday. Frank Ostaseski, The 5 Invitations. And this is a guy who's a hospice worker for the last 30 years in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing book. So, but he talks about like a good example is just flowers, right? Like we could all have plastic flowers in the house, but there's not real beauty to it. But I think the beauty of the flower is that it lasts for so long, and then it dies.
Mm.
So we really appreciate having it when we have it. So that took a dark turn, but
Sure,
not
I think
really. I think it's a life affirming turn.
No, it's good stuff. I was thinking about that today, Mark, in terms of again, it was about this business and just about how fortunate I am, but also, like you said, at any moment this could all come to a wrap. So why not, be happy as you can in this moment, which is kind of cool because there's something else I was looking at recently. There's different areas that different philosophies out there, whatever you want to call them. But one of them is to really become something, you have to embody what that is prior to being that. I mean, that's the only way you can be that. So to be a successful land investor, you have to say to yourself, well, what would a successful land investor do? What would he act like? What kind of decisions would he make? And that's really the beauty of the flight school, is because it's an archetype for this is a successful land investor. Here you are now, and this is where you want to be. So you basically put on the robe or the garment or the shirt and the pants and the top. You do what a land investor would do, and then guess what? You become a land investor. So that whole process, flight school is a great example for that. If you want to be happy, the only way to be happy is to be happy, right? And then create things to be happy about, rather than the other way around. Wait for happiness to jump on your back and say, "Hey, you happy yet?" That's like, no, it could probably happen that way. So flight school is great like that. I think it's a great example. It's like, Scott's going to show you how to walk and talk and act and think like a land investor. So guess what? You're a land investor. It's just like that.
It's just like that. Yeah. Scott Bossman, what are your thoughts?
I mean, Mike and I are in a unique position because we get to talk to people at the beginning of their journey. And if anyone would like to speak to us, please schedule a call at thelandgeek.com/training. But we get to talk to people all the time who are on the edge of making this huge change in their life. And we've talked about this before. The biggest challenge is just committing to it. And then once they commit to it, everything else goes away. And they just need to follow the recipe and take action. And it's absolutely amazing how quickly lives can change as a result of this. And I'm just humbled to witness it. And so I would just encourage anybody who's out there, who's on the fence, at least have a discussion with us, because we can really, map things out for you and show you how this all works, and have a great conversation in just 30 minutes about how you can be doing land deals in 4 months and a couple $100 a month passive income in a couple months, couple $1,000 a month passive income in a couple months is going to make a huge difference in your life. So talk to us. The next flight school is June 23rd. So no better time to do it.
There you go. I'm getting a lot of love on Dirt Rich in the comments. So thank you for that. Justin Lesdowski says, so for the Chemex, are you putting the automatic coffee maker or a kettle to pour over? So Justin, I got to email you because I just had Eric Peterson get this kettle as well. So I have like a special kettle. I think it was like $80 on Amazon, but it's like that goose kettle. It's like perfectly balanced, and then it shows you what the temperature is. So of course, Eric being Eric, he had to get one like a Bluetooth enabled and like super fancy. You don't need to get that one. Like his was like $150, but it's really nice. That's what I would recommend. Get that special handle so you have total control.
That's geeky.
Of your pour. Yeah.
That is geeky, huh?
Brad Donzi said on Mike's comment, we were unsure about the beginnings. Even when getting started in flight school, I'm a certified skeptic. But after a few weeks of mailing, it actually started working. Now I have a traveling mailbox with returned offers just sitting there waiting for me to decide on whether I want to do anything with them. I've purchased 2 wholesale properties and have 4 for mailings in process. I enjoy talking to sellers and potential buyers, and I'm confident the systems and details will catch up soon. First business or job that I started to build and didn't regret or despise. Glad I dove into flight school. Brad Donzi. Fantastic. And then he wrote, I'm going back through the course beginnings to ensure I'm sticking to the recipe and not missing the basics. Wow. That's really nice. And then Dawn says, schedule your call with Scott or Mike. So helpful and informative. Best decision I made. Flight school.
Yeah, I wish, awesome. Scott, I was hoping you were going to say my favorite word when you were talking earlier. The Everybody likes precipice. Is that how you say it? You use that quite a bit. I love that word.
On the precipice.
There it is.
I love that word.
word.
You're on the precipice of greatness for your life.
You really are.
Because look, I'll make the argument that if you're not working when you want, where you want, and with whom you want, you've got real stress. It's just we're not built to work 8-10 hours a day. Like 2 hours a day. It's good. And then you start figuring out like what's really important to you. But if all you're doing is working, it's not being a human being, it's a robot. We're not robots. Like I want to Vox boss me and be like, dude, how was your Peloton ride? And I want to do it like at 10 in the morning. Or, I want to Vox Zano and just ask him a philosophical question. And I don't have to wait 2 days for the answer because, he's at the fire station for so long.
I don't ignore Mark, by the way, if anybody thinks that's what he's insinuating.
No, but you're saving
Yeah,
lives.
you just ignore me.
You do love your job. You do. I mean, it's fine. But I do think you should retire, Mike.
It's coming.
It's whatever. You put in your time. Why keep taking risk? Laura.
You'd love my job, Mark. Mark, you'd love my job.
Why?
I know why you would. Because one reason you would, because you talk about your preoccupation with death and suffering, but when you encounter people in those states continuously, you develop deep gratitude.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I would love that part. But, it doesn't take much to to get deep gratitude. Like all I have to think about is, having health. Like you can just read the news and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad
right.
I'm not going through what that person's going through or my kids being healthy and, all that stuff. Like, and just the fact that we get to do this, like how lucky are we get to do this? I mean, it's amazing.
Yes.
And we wouldn't have been able to do this even a few years ago.
Right.
So yeah. Scott Bossman, I'm going to read this from Jason Hoffman for you. Mike, you can listen to. I'm loving this death talk. And it's great because now we're here talking about the importance of being present, living life, enjoying life on your terms, the importance of connecting and inspiring others, and to not sweat the small stuff. This dialogue really helps with developing a healthy mindset, especially when building a foundation in a business such as land investing. Thank you, Jason Hoffman. It's
well said.
It's really well said, and it's
Very
true.
well said.
And I think there's something about joy on the journey. Like everyone is like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Well, if the journey is filled with angst and anxiety and fear and struggle, and then you get to where you want to be, well, was it really worth it? But if it was done with, being present and joy, and whatever happens externally doesn't really bother you, you're just working towards your why. It's a whole different feeling. You're not so attached to whether or not you got a deal that day. You're not attached to if you got a sale that day. You're not attached to if your buyer defaults. You're more attached to that moment and that why, and working as diligently as you can towards your why with pure, just unadulterated joy. Like you talk to your buyers, your team, like it's a different feeling, it's a different energy versus like, I gotta get it. I gotta get there. I gotta get to 2,000 a month, 3,000 a month. Damn it. Like, okay, then you get there. We're like, okay, it's not going to solve your real problem.
Well, I think that's the beauty of the flight school, Mark. I mean, the toolkit has all the information to be successful, but the mental angst would come for someone trying to kind of plot it together and build a business model around it. And, you could end up doing too many things at once. And I think the joy only comes when you focus on one thing at a time and you take your full self, put your full self into it. And that's what Scott does in the flight school, right? I mean, and we keep going back to this because this is obviously what we do, but also because it's true. Like in the flight school, like you focus on one thing at a time, but it's the one thing. It's not a one thing, it's the one thing that's going to move the needle that week. And then the next week you move on to the next one thing. And that removes all mental angst. And then you put sugar coating on top and said, hey, if you don't get success, I'll guarantee it. So that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jason Hoffman, that was great what you wrote. So Scott Bossman, any final words before we all get ready for Nightcap tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern?
Join us tomorrow for the $1,997 giveaway at noon Pacific. And join us for Nightcap tonight. Schedule a call. We'll talk about flight school. I've had fun doing the Facebook Lives. One more to go, right?
One more to go. And then we're transitioning into Fridays. Have coffee with us. So we're keeping that beverage theme. So eventually it could just be 5 days a week of different drinks and talking plans.
Sure.
You know, Mike's like, no, that's too much. He's like, Laura and I have to hike and bike. We got a lot going on, Mark.
I mean, we could have a happy hour. You know, there's all sorts of possibilities.
Leave it to Bossman to bring up the more drinking.
I mean, we could have a tea party, afternoon tea party. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, we could play cornhole together.
Yeah.
Have a beer, cornhole, brat. That's living, man.
Nothing better.
Nothing better.
I apologize. I do have a call right now, so I got to hop off. But
all right, well, let's just do this real quick. All of us together. 1, 2, 3. Let freedom ring.
Freedom
ring.
And wash your hands.
Wash them.
Thanks, everybody. See everybody tomorrow.